Welcome to Marvel Universe 19, where we dive deep into the extraordinary world of Marvel Comics. Join us, your hosts, myself, CosplayDude637, Ty Tiger, Mark the Red Cornish Ranger, and even A-Crown, as we explore the adventures of your favorite characters from the Marvel Universe, such as the iconic X-Men, the thrilling New Mutants, and the dynamic Marvel Rising Heroes, along with Avengers, Fantastic Four, any Marvel hero you can think of, you'll hear it here on this channel. So, sit back, get ready, and join us for an epic journey through Marvel Universe 19.
New Mutants, Chapter 1, A New Beginning. In the state of Iowa, just 20 minutes outside the bustling city of Des Moines, lies a quaint town with a history as intriguing as its name. This town, known as Edom, was founded in 1990, a modest community with humbling beginnings. At first glance, Edom might seem like any other small town, lost in the sprawling landscape of the Midwest, but there's more to this place than meets the eye. You see, in this unassuming town, a good man's dream was realized, one that would shape the lives of many and leave an indelible mark on the world. In the quiet, book-lined office of Professor Charles Xavier, the gentle hum of an overhead light created a serene atmosphere. The professor, seated at his polished mahogany desk, sifted through a growing pile of mail. Most of the letters were routine requests from the parents eager for their children to join his school for gifted youngsters. Typically, these were from younger students, but today there was an unusual surge of applications from college-aged individuals. As Professor Xavier carefully examined each envelope, the office door opened softly, and Scott Summers, known to his friends as Cyclops, walked in. His posture was straight, and his expression serious. In his hand, he carried a single envelope. He approached the professor's desk and placed the letter gently in front of him. "Professor," Scott said, his voice carrying a note of curiosity, "I think you'll want to see this one." Professor Xavier looked up from his desk, his interest visibly piqued. "Thank you, Scott." As he carefully broke the seal and unfolded the letter, Scott leaned against the desk, watching intently. The professor's eyes scanned the page, and a thoughtful expression crossed his face. "Scott, this letter is from a town called Edom," Xavier said, his voice filled with intrigue. "It seems they're extending an invitation for us to visit. They mentioned something about a good man's dream that might be of interest to our school." Scott raised an eyebrow. "Edom? I don't recall hearing about it before." Professor Xavier nodded slowly. "There's something about this letter that feels significant. I believe it's worth investigating." Scott's expression hardened with resolve. "Should we prepare a team to check it out? If there's something important in Edom, we need to know." Professor Xavier looked up, meeting Scott's gaze with a reassuring smile. "Yes, let's assemble a team. We'll need to gather more information before making any decisions. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Scott." With a nod, Scott turned to leave the office, his mind already working on the logistics of the upcoming mission. Professor Xavier continued to read the letter, his thoughts turning to possibilities that lay ahead. In the quiet town of Edom, where the daily rhythm of life moved at a leisurely pace, Kylie Nider and her twin brother Joseph, though he preferred to be called Joe, stepped out of the post office. The sun cast a warm golden hue over the small town, its rays reflecting off the quaint storefronts and tree-lined streets. Kylie, with her flowing auburn hair and thoughtful eyes, held the door open for Joe, who was more casually dressed in jeans and a graphic tee. Joe's light brown hair was tousled, and his demeanor exuded a relaxed confidence. Both twins were in their 20s, but they were far from ordinary. As they exited the post office, Kylie's gaze fell on the empty mailbox, and she sighed softly. "I was really hoping today would be the day," she said, her voice tinged with a mix of hope and disappointment. Joe, who had seen scanning the streets with a casual air, turned to her with a reassuring smile. "We've been waiting for this letter for a while now, Kylie. I'm sure it's just a delay. Besides, it's not like we're the only ones hoping to join that school." Kylie nodded, though the worry was evident in her eyes. "I know. It's just that I've been having these dreams lately, about the school and what it could mean for us. I can't help but feel like something important is coming." Joe's expression softened, and he placed a comforting hand on his sister's shoulder. "We'll get our letter soon enough. Maybe it's just taking a bit longer to get there. Besides, we've got each other, and that's what counts." They began walking down the main street of Edom, the conversation shifting to lighter topics. Kylie and Joe had already been close, their shared experiences as mutants making their bond even stronger. Kylie's ability to dreamwalk and project herself into the astral plane allowed her to explore realms beyond the physical, while Joe's power to become any material he touched had proven invaluable in countless situations. As they continued their walk, the bustling post office behind them, Kylie glanced back one last time, hoping to catch sight of a delivery check. Unbeknownst to them, the wheels of fate were already in motion, and their awaited letter might be closer than they thought. As Kylie and Joe continued their walk, the peaceful ambiance of Edom was suddenly broken by the distinctive roar of an aircraft engine. Overhead, the famous black jet of the X-Men, known for its sleek design and impressive speed, soared through the sky, casting a large shadow over the town. The jet descended gracefully, its landing gear extending as it approached an open field just outside the town's edge. Kylie and Joe exchanged startled looks. Their eyes widened in excitement and curiosity. Without a word, they took off running towards the landing site, their hearts racing with anticipation. The townspeople, too, had gathered to witness the arrival of the iconic jet, their faces filled with awe and speculation. Even the mayor was present, standing at the forefront of the crowd. As the jet touched down and the engines roared to a halt, the crowd's murmurs grew louder. The jet's door began to lower, revealing a ramp. From within, a familiar group of figures emerged. Cyclops, with his visor glowing subtly, led the way down the ramp, followed closely by the White Queen, her elegant white attire gleaming in the sunlight. Colossus followed, his metal form shining brightly. Professor Xavier, with his calm and composed demeanor, was next, pushing his wheelchair with practiced ease. Beside him were two young women whom Kylie had never seen before. One of the new arrivals walked alongside Colossus. She had strikingly similar features to him and long, beautiful blonde hair. Her resemblance to Colossus suggested she might be his sister. The other girl, with short brown hair and more reserved presence, held the first girl's hand. Kylie's curiosity was piqued. "Joe, look at them. They must be new recruits or something." Joe nodded, his gaze fixed to the newcomers. "Seems like it. Let's go find out what's going on." The twins pushed their way through the crowd, making their way closer to the jet. As they approached, Kylie caught a glimpse of the X-Men team greeting the townspeople and exchanging pleasantries with the mayor. The professor's voice, calm and authoritative, carried over to them. "Thank you for welcoming us to Edom. We're here to discuss something very important." Kylie and Joe arrived just in time to hear the professor's words. With a mix of excitement and nervous anticipation, they waited to hear what this unexpected visit would mean for their town, and for their own dreams of joining the X-Men.
Hello everybody, I apologise for butting in on what you're listening to, but I wanted to introduce you guys to a brand new podcast called the Tiger Nexus Podcast. I'm Tiger, and I'm the host. I'm mostly known for the Tiger Tales YouTube channels, where you'll find stories and fanfictions that I write and read to you guys. I'm also a co-founder of the Three Range Bro Studios, but I wanted to dive into this whole podcasting thing. I'm a content creator, and I adore making content of all sorts of varieties, and I want to interview people that enjoy and make content as well. And we're talking about all sorts of things, from TikToks to YouTube to story writing to storytelling, podcasts, movies and TV shows, all forms of content you can think of, I want to interview people about. So there's going to be lots of different variety. So make sure you check out the Tiger Nexus Podcast on YouTube and Spotify.
The mayor of Edom stepped forward from the crowd, his brown three-piece suit starkly contrasting with his green skin and horns, which gave him an otherworldly appearance. Despite the striking difference between his attire and his appearance, he carried himself with a dignified grace. He approached Professor Xavier and the other X-Men with a warm, welcoming smile. The townspeople fell silent, their attention focused on the mayor and the distinguished guest. "Welcome to Eden, Professor Xavier and esteemed members of the X-Men." The mayor's voice resonated with a blend of pride and respect. "We are honored to have you here in our town, a place where humans and mutants live together in harmony." Professor Xavier smiled warmly, his eyes reflecting genuine appreciation. "Thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here. We've heard much about Edom and the unique way in which your community has embraced peace and cooperation between humans and mutants." The mayor nodded, his horns casting subtle shadows in the sunlight. "Indeed, we have worked hard to build a community where everyone, regardless of their differences, can coexist peacefully. It is a place where we strive to understand and support one another." As the mayor spoke, the X-Men members, including Cyclops, the White Queen, Colossus, and the two new arrivals, looked around with interest. The new arrivals, Colossus' sister and the girl with short brown hair, appeared intrigued by the town and its people. Kylie and Joe, still standing near the front of the crowd, watched with bated breath. They exchanged glances, and their excitement growing as they anticipated the purpose of the X-Men's visit. This was the moment that they had been waiting for, a chance to learn more about the school they hoped to join and to see if their own dreams would be realized. The mayor extended a hand toward the jet, inviting the guests to follow him. "Please, allow me to show you around and introduce you to some of our residents. I believe you'll find Edom to be everything you've heard and more." Professor Xavier, with a nod of agreement, began to follow the mayor, signaling the rest of the X-Men to join him. As the group moved toward the heart of the town, Kylie and Joe decided to seize the opportunity. They approached the X-Men, eager to introduce themselves and learn more about the potential future that lay before them. As the mayor led the X-Men towards the heart of Edom, Kylie stepped forward, her eyes alight with enthusiasm. She approached the professor and the mayor, a hopeful expression on her face. "Professor Xavier, Mayor," Kylie began, her voice carrying a note of excitement. "My brother Joe and I would like to be more than happy to show the young ladies around the town. We know Edom well and could give them a more personal tour." "Oh, hello, Kylie. Professor Xavier, allow me to introduce the Nider siblings, Joe and Kylie," the mayor said with a smile. Professor Xavier's eyes twinkled with approval as he turned to Kylie. "That's a generous offer, Kylie. Thank you. I believe Ileana and Rain would appreciate the opportunity to get to know the town better." The mayor, nodding in agreement, smiled at Kylie and Joe. "It sounds like a great idea. Edom has many hidden gems that might not be immediately obvious. I'm sure your insights would be invaluable." With a nod, Professor Xavier turned to the two young women. "Ileana, Rain, if you would like, Kylie and Joe are offering to show you around. I think you'll find their knowledge of the town very helpful." Ileana, with her striking blonde hair and composed demeanor, smiled warmly at Kylie and Joe. "That sounds wonderful. I love to see more of what Edom has to offer." Rain, her brown hair framing her face, nodded in agreement. "Thank you for the offer. I'm looking forward to exploring the town." As the group prepared to set off, Ileana took a step closer to Kylie and Joe. "Just to let you know," she said with a hint of pride, "Rain and I are together. We're a couple." Kylie's eyes widened slightly in surprise, but then softened with understanding. "That's great to hear. We'll make sure to show you both the best of what Edom has to offer." Joe smiled and added with a hint of sarcasm, "Yes, we'll make sure you hit all the highlights. Edom has some pretty amazing spots." With the introductions complete and the plans set, Kylie, Joe, Ileana, and Rain set off together, leaving the rest of the X-Men and the Mayor to continue their discussions. As they walked through the charming streets of Edom, Kylie and Joe began sharing stories about their favorite places, eager to make the visitors feel welcome and show them why their town was so special.
Do you enjoy podcasts? Do you enjoy listening to two brothers arguing and rambling about a specific topic? Then Zeo to Hero is the podcast for you. Listen to them nerd out about anything from Power Rangers to crippling toy addictions to computer stuff for the low price of free. But hurry, this deal will only last for an unlimited time, so subscribe now.
In the mayor's office, the gathering had settled into a comfortable rhythm as discussions continued. The mayor saw an opportunity to have a more personal conversation with Professor Xavier and his team. After a few minutes, he cleared his throat and addressed the group. "If I may, I'd like to formally introduce myself. I am Jared Igadap, the mayor of Edom." Scott looked up with a spark of recognition in his eyes. "Igadap? That name sounds familiar. Are you related to Madeline and Connor Igadap?" Jared smiled warmly and nodded. "Yes, indeed. Madeline and Connor are my children. They're both going to be students at your new school for the gifted in a few years. I'm proud to say that I've watched them grow into the remarkable individuals they are today." Scott's eyes widened in understanding. "That makes sense. It's clear that your family has a strong legacy." Professor Xavier, observing the exchange, added with a thoughtful nod, "It'll always be a pleasure to meet the family of students we will soon be working with." Jared's pride was evident as he responded, "Thank you. They've always been dedicated to their studies, and it's heartening to see that their efforts pay off. It's also a testament to the values we've tried to uphold here in Edom." As the conversation continued, Professor Xavier leaned forward slightly, his expression thoughtful. "Yes, speaking of Edom, your letter mentioned that you wanted to discuss something profound with me." Jared nodded, a look of earnestness crossing his face. "That's correct, Professor. Edom represents the very embodiment of your dream. A place where humans and mutants coexist peacefully. We've worked hard to create a community where everyone is valued and respected, regardless of their differences." Professor Xavier's eyes lit up with understanding. "I see. So you're suggesting that Edom could serve as a model for something greater?" Jared's smile broadened. "Exactly. We believe that this town could be the perfect location for a new school. One that aligns with your vision of unity and education. We'd be honored if you consider establishing a school here, where young mutants could learn and grow in an environment that truly embodies your ideals. Emma, standing beside Peter, interjected with a thoughtful expression. That's a significant proposal. A school in such a harmonious setting could indeed serve as a powerful example of integration and mutual respect. Peter, his strong frame and calm demeanor reflecting the resilience of his character, nodded in agreement. It could offer students a unique environment to develop their abilities and learn about living in harmony with others. This town seems like an ideal place for such an initiative. Professor Xavier glanced around the room, taking in the earnest expressions of those present. This is indeed a profound offer. Establishing a school here would not only provide a safe haven for young mutants, but also further the cause of integration and understanding between humans and mutants. Jared's eyes were filled with hope. We've seen the positive impact your school has had elsewhere. Edom could be a model for what's possible when we work together. We're ready to support this vision in any way we can. Xavier looked over at Scott, who gave a reassuring nod. Turning back to Jared, his expression became resolute. Jared, I appreciate your vision and the support of the Edom community. I am indeed interested in this proposal. Xavier continued. In light of this opportunity, I plan to establish not just a school, but a full-fledged university here in Edom. This institution will be unique in that it will accept both humans and mutants, fostering integration and mutual understanding on a broader scale. Emma's eyes widened with surprise. A university? That's a significant step forward. Peter nodded thoughtfully. It's an ambitious project, but one that could make a profound impact. Xavier's gaze shifted to Emma and Peter. Emma, Peter, I would like you both to head this new university. Your experience and commitment to our cause make you ideal candidates to lead this endeavor. Emma and Peter exchanged stunned glances before Emma managed to speak. You want us to be in charge of this university? Xavier nodded. Yes, your leadership will be crucial in shaping this institution into a place of learning and acceptance for both humans and mutants. Peter, still processing the news, finally said, It's a great honor, Professor. We're committed to making this vision a reality. Emma, her initial shock giving way to determination, agreed. We'll do everything we can to ensure this university lives up to the ideals it represents. Jared's face lit up with gratitude. Thank you, Professor. We're thrilled to have your support and look forward to collaborating on this project. With the leadership roles confirmed and the university's vision set, the meeting concluded with a sense of anticipation. The creation of Xavier's University in Edom promised to be a transformative step toward unity and education, embodying the values that Charles Xavier had always championed. 2 years have passed and Xavier's University has been completed. The campus, a vibrant hub of learning and growth, is bustling with activity. Emma Frost, as the headmistress, oversees the academic and social environment of the school with a keen eye, ensuring that both human and mutant students thrive in their diverse and inclusive surroundings. Peter Rasputin, with his role overseeing security and training, works diligently to maintain a safe environment for everyone. His experience and calm demeanor are vital in managing the unique needs of young mutants and ensuring their training is both effective and supportive. Among the students, Kylie and Joe Nider are starting school this year alongside Ileana Rasputin, Joshua Guthrie, Rain Sinclair, Danielle Moonstar, and Sam Guthrie. Each brings their own set of skills and experiences, enriching the academic and social life at Xavier's University. The campus, expansive and modern, blends seamlessly with the surrounding landscape, reflecting both its purpose and its integration with the small town's charm. The main campus. The administration building is a central hub of the university. Its sleek glass facade, capturing the sunlight and casting a warm glow over the bustling activity within. Inside, Emma Frost's office is a beacon of calm amidst the organized chaos. Here, students can seek guidance, academic counseling, and support from the dedicated staff. The open and welcoming design promotes a sense of approachability and transparency. Adjacent to the administration building, the academic buildings stretch out in a series of interconnected structures, each designed with cutting-edge technology and accessibility in mind. The classrooms are equipped with interactive screens and adaptive learning tools, allowing for a dynamic and engaging educational experience. Specialized labs cater to a wide range of subjects, from traditional sciences to mutant-specific research, providing students with the resources they need to excel. The student dormitories are designed to offer both comfort and community. Each residence hall provides private rooms with modern amenities, while communal areas foster social interaction and relaxation. Lounges, study rooms, and recreational facilities are scattered throughout, giving students spaces to unwind and connect with their peers. Recreation and leisure facilities are abundant on campus. A sprawling gymnasium, a sparkling swimming pool, and various sport courts cater to diverse interests and activities. The serene gardens and cozy game rooms offer students places to relax and enjoy the downtime, balancing the demands of academic life with leisure and social activities. The Library and Resource Center stands as a testament to the university's commitment to knowledge. Its extensive collection of books, digital resources, and archives serve both academic and personal interests. The library features quiet study areas, collaborative workspaces, and advanced technology, ensuring that students have access to everything they need for research and learning. The lower levels. Descending into the sub-basement reveals a world dedicated to advanced training and support. The training and combat facilities are among the most impressive, featuring a state-of-the-art danger room. Here, students engage in combat simulations and practice their abilities in a controlled environment, with scenarios designed to challenge and develop their skills. The medical bay is a vital component of the sub-basement, equipped with cutting-edge technology for both routine care and emergencies. These specialized facilities address mutant-specific medical needs, staffed by skilled professionals who provide comprehensive care and support to the university's diverse population. Nearby, the Security Operations Center hums with activity. Advanced surveillance systems monitor the entire campus, ensuring a secure environment for all. The control rooms are staffed around the clock, providing a vigilant eye to safeguard the university's community. Specialized labs and research areas occupy other section of the sub-basement, dedicated to the study and development of mutant abilities and related technologies. These labs are equipped with the latest research tools, supporting both student projects and ongoing scientific inquiries. Finally, the underground training areas offer spaces for physical and mental conditioning with various environments designed to test and develop a range of abilities. These arenas support individual training and group exercises, ensuring that students are well prepared for any challenge.
Are you looking for a new holiday destination? Then look no further than Ranger Travels. Here at Ranger Travels, we will take you to the most exotic places on one continent. Take Angel Grove, for example. Want to ski? Then take a trip to our frozen wasteland. Fancy a desert walk? Then visit our Sahara area. And are you a budding volcanologist? Then check out our active volcano. It erupts quite regularly. Book your new adventure with Ranger Travels. Ranger Travels is not responsible for destruction of property while on your holiday. If there is a monster attack, Rangers will respond. T's and C's apply.
In the grand main auditorium of Xavier's University, the buzz of excitement and anticipation filled the air as students took their seats. The room, with its high ceiling and rows of comfortable seating, was designed to accommodate the entire student body for important gatherings and announcements. At the front of the auditorium stood Emma Frost, her presence commanding attention as she prepared to address all the new students. As the light dimmed and the room fell silent, Emma began her welcome speech with a warm, authoritative tone. "Welcome to Xavier's University," Emma began, her voice echoing through the space. "We are thrilled to have you here as part of our community. This institution is built on the principles of unity, respect, and mutual understanding. It is our mission to uphold these values in all that we do." She paused, allowing her words to resonate with the audience before continuing. "Here at Xavier's, you will find a variety of roles and responsibilities designed to support your growth and development, from academic advisors and training instructors to residential staff and counselors. Each member of our team is dedicated to helping you succeed." Emma's expression grew more serious as she addressed a crucial aspect of the school's code of conduct. "It is important to understand that fighting outside of designated training sessions is strictly forbidden. We expect all students, whether human or mutant, to act with respect and restraint, both towards one another and the broader community. Your role here is to be a positive example and to contribute to a harmonious environment." She looked around the auditorium, her gaze meeting those of the students. "If you have any concerns or issues, please bring them to us so that we can address them in a constructive manner. Your well-being and the safety of everyone here are our top priorities." With her address complete, Emma gave a reassuring smile. "I wish you all a successful and fulfilling year ahead. Let us work together to make this university a beacon of hope and integration." As the assembly concluded and the students began to file out of the auditorium, Kylie Nider walked with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. She was eager to start her new chapter, but had a few lingering questions about her new living arrangements. Upon reaching the dormitories, Kylie found her room assignment and discovered that she would be sharing her dorm with 3 other students: Ileana Rasputin, Rain Sinclair, and Danielle Moonstar. The realization that she would be living with Ileana and her friends, who were already familiar faces in the mutant community, brought a sense of comfort to Kylie. Entering her new dorm room, Kylie was greeted by the friendly faces of Ileana, Rain, and Danielle. The atmosphere was warm and welcoming as the roommates began to settle in and introduce themselves. It was clear that, despite the rigorous rules and high expectations, the university fostered a strong sense of community and camaraderie among its students.
Thank you so much for listening to this tale. Now, if you like what you're hearing here on Marvel Universe 19,
Joe Nider threw his duffel bag onto his bed with a resigned sigh, feeling the weight of his new college life press heavily on him. The room, though modern and clean, felt unfamiliar and alien. He was still trying to adjust to his surroundings and the shift from his previous life. Just as he was about to sit down and unpack, the light on his desk suddenly flickered on, casting a soft glow across the room. Joe turned, his instincts kicking in, and dropped into a defensive stance, ready for any potential threat. The light illuminated a figure sitting at his desk. The man, dressed in a sharp suit with an air of authority, looked up from the desk with a calm, collected demeanor. His presence was unexpected, and Joe's heart raced. "Easy there," the man said, raising his hand slightly in a non-threatening gesture. "I'm not here to cause trouble. My name is Phil Coulson, and I work for S.H.I.E.L.D." Joe's eyes narrowed. Still on high alert, S.H.I.E.L.D. "How did you get in here? What do you want?" Coulson remained composed, his tone steady. "I understand this is a bit of a surprise. I'm here with a proposal for you. We've been following your progress and believe your unique abilities could be valuable in a special program we're running. Joe's stance relaxed slightly, but his suspicion remained. And what kind of program? Coulson leaned forward, his expression earnest. We're looking for individuals with your talents to join a specialized unit within S.H.I.E.L.D. Your power to become any material you touch could be crucial for various operations. The program would involve a range of missions that required discretion and skill. Joe's curiosity was piqued, but he was still cautious. I'm just getting settled into the university. How would this fit with my studies? We're flexible, Coulson assured him. The program is designed to work around your academic schedule. It's an opportunity to gain real-world experience while still continuing your education. Joe thought about the offer. Considering the potential benefits and the impact on his current life, I'll need to think about it. Of course, Coulson said with a nod. Take your time. If you're interested, we can discuss the details further. I'll be in touch. With that, Coulson stood and made his way toward the door, his presence fading as he exited the room. Joe remained in his room, deep in thought, contemplating the intriguing offer and what it might mean for his future.
Head over to Tiger Tales, ran by my Parabatai and business partner, Ty Tiger. He hosts a storytelling channel also, and on there you will find most of my stories too, from my old podcast Storytime. So if you like what you're hearing here, head over and check out his stories on Tiger Tales. Trust me, they are amazing. This podcast is a production of the Three Ranger Bros Studios, in association with Zio to Hero, the podcast. A huge thank you and shout out to Ben, the Baker Ranger, for narrating this story. If you guys like to see more done by him, go search him on all social media platforms as Ben, the Baker Ranger. Now, on to the outro. Thank you for listening to that story. Remember, my fanfictions are just that, fanfictions, and are not meant to infringe on the mainstream continuity that they come from. I want to give a huge shout out to all my voice actors. Without them, I could not create such amazing content for all of you. I'd also like to thank some of the supporters, starting with Ty Tiger, my Parabatai and business partner, and then there's Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger. Together, we make up the Three Ranger Bros Studio. A special shout out to the members of the Three Ranger Bro Council, Jonathan, aka A-Crown of the Author's Crown YouTube channel, and my son, Xander, aka CosplaySon637. We are also part of the Zio to Hero network ran by Jim and Billy of the Zio to Hero podcast. For more information about them and everyone who helps us, head over to our website, the3rangerbrostudios.com. Until next time, later days!